Oh, we got the terrible towel isn't so terrible right now. What's going on?
Nope, it's not terrible at all right now. It's a crying towel. What a bad game. What a bad game this weekend.
There's a lot of different talks about that.
Hold on, I have music playing somewhere. I got to turn this off. I don't know.
Oh.
I have like a bazillion things playing. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I don't know what happened, but I have a bunch of different things open and something's playing in the background and too many tabs open. So how have you been? Oh, hold on. Keep talking.
Can you hear me
I
now?
can't hear
Check,
you because
check. Can you hear me now?
something is playing and it's driving me nuts.
Well, anyway, all right. I'm trying to get all my stuff. Hey, we're having technical.
If I do this,
right. All right. Can you hear me now, there, Dom? No. All right. Can you hear me? No,
I can hear you. I couldn't hear you at first because I had my volume down because something's playing, but I don't know what it is.
One of those days,
plans.
Man. One of those days, across Pennsylvania, a lot of weather going on.
Lots of weather. We had a lot of weather going on this weekend.
Yeah.
Or actually this week. I think I found it.
You had TikTok open.
Yep.
We will be coming to TikTok soon. We're trying to figure it out. Feel like a bunch of boomers trying to figure out TikTok. That's what it is.
I know. It's
humbling us. Yeah. So a lot of weather, a lot of crying towels because the Steelers didn't do so hot, and I will say, even though walking up with a W, the Dolphins should have whooped up on the Saints a lot greater than they did, but I'll take a W right now with how everything started out and all that jazz. So, yeah. Happy holidays, Gina.
Yes.
Been a while since, hopefully things are good. Been a while since we've had her pop on.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what was the story? Tell the story, because I see a lot of things now. People are calling for Tomlinson's head, and it's it's how it is.
I mean, I have no doubt he would get a job rather quickly, but they haven't won.
Yeah.
Sometimes they say the message gets old. You can tell the body language. I was watching that game on Sunday, and it was just like a couple of the guys, the defensive backs, like after some big plays, they just shrugged their shoulders, and you just tell they were the wind was getting knocked out of them. I think they had under 20 minutes of offense.
Oh, really? That's not good.
Well, one of my former students. What's up, Donald? Hope you're doing well.
All right.
But yeah, it was a rough game. I missed the chance. I had the volume turned down.
Okay.
But we haven't won a playoff game in many, and it's just like I don't know. I'm a fan of the team, but I don't have a problem acknowledging when they're not playing well.
Yeah. Yep, and that's a reality right now with a lot of things that are going on. So yeah.
And I have to say, like, I was hoping to pick the Steelers because I'm in a survivor poll, and I was hoping to pick the Steelers when they play the Dolphins, but I'm not so sure now.
Hey, we got some TikTok help. Megan's she's gonna step up. I don't know if you put that on there already. All right, we'll reach out, Megan. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a picture I got to pull up. Because it's the least I could do. I was gonna give some of our friends.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
I was gonna give some of our friends a hard time, and after the first half, we were up 7-3. I was like, okay. I I can give a little bit of grief to people, and then first play, second half, or first series, second half, strip sack, fumble, run back, next play, interception. But I can't blame. I like Mason Rudolph. Can't blame him for the interception. It was a windy. They were showing the flags and stuff. That was not a passing game. I mean,
Right.
even Josh Allen didn't have too many yards passing, but he was a beast. I mean, he trucked a couple people.
He's waking up from his slumber. It's one of those deals where unfortunately you were the team that got it. But yeah, it's about time. It's been a little overdue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were one of the favorites for the Super Bowl going in, so you can't really be that upset. And we're tied for first place, but it puts us like in the 8th or 9th spot. But if we win, we have 2 games against the Ravens yet. I'm thinking you got to watch out for Cincinnati because Cincinnati's sneaky good.
Right.
They don't have a good defense, but they can put up points, and they're not afraid to put up points.
Yeah.
So for the AFC North, I think that team is in play.
Yeah.
So how was did you guys have the snow day today? I missed that first part because I had a mystery tab playing music.
That you did. Yeah, no, we didn't. I didn't even get into it because of trying to figure out your issue. But yeah, so we started out as a 2-hour delay, and then the call came forward for a virtual learning day. So I guess the new phrasing that they're using in our area is virtual learning day because fit or flexible instruction day may be a bad connotation. I don't know what the scenario. So yeah, that came out, and it's funny because working with my team, being the elder star, as we've commented in KTI circles. I guess I'm higher up on the phone chain because of being around longer. So I was getting the texts, I was getting the emails, like all this stuff before everybody else was. So I was like breaking news to my teammates. They're like, and my one, our paraprofessional, her kids are in the high school now, and she's just like, "What? We didn't get anything?" And she's like getting all cranky about it. So, but she was all playing like normally, being math and science. Normally during science class, I go on the definitive as the science teacher of the group. What's our percentage of being off? And I was only about a 60% chance. I said I was at 85% chance of 2-hour delay. So I was rocking pretty good with that. Then it rolled over. But yeah, my daughter, they go to a neighboring school. They didn't have school on Monday. We did. Because we're kind of like, they took that away. That used to be the camera freeze there. That used to be the day for the hunters. And but now that they've opened that up, that they started on Sunday and the weekend. So now, and when they took that away. So she wasn't in session. They still have that day as like an in-service day. But I guess because the kids weren't back, they didn't all have devices. So they just called. So there were several like actual snow days called, but the further east you went from, the South Central Pennsylvania, more, rain, it was kind of a deal, just a nuisance. But the more west, like up into your area, definitely a lot more snow. So
yeah,
always, it's a great time. It's the teacher meteorologist. You're scanning all the different things on Facebook. You're scanning them on the site. You're watching, weather unfiltered on Weather Channel. Like it's that time. Like,
yeah.
I don't have it on right now, but normally on my TV over here, I'd be watching, seeing what's going on. So it made for a crazy day.
I was watching it all last night. We actually got the call for a 2-hour delay last night, which surprised us.
Yeah.
Then this morning, our director of cafeteria services, food services, she posted that we were closed, and we didn't know if it was a closed, or I call it a FID day, which is redundant because it's flexible instruction day.
Right. Day. Sure. That's why they call it.
But no, we were closed. We were closed. So we have to make it up in March. Which, I mean, I get like a lot of kids.
But remember, they just passed that law, right? So it depends on how schools take it. Like our instructional day is longer than most in the state, and our instructional calendar year is longer. Way back in the mid 90s, there was a strike and they extended our year. But they just passed that law this summer, I believe, that now it's not based on actual days. It's based on hours.
Yeah.
So there's some fudgery that can be had with that. So like this day that the kids won't have to make up, but we'll have to do a PD day or something for it, kind of a thing. So
well, no, they announced the email that we were canceled today that we're making it up in March.
they did, man. Talk to them. They can finagle that. Come on now.
I was like, because usually like my first, and I get it coming out of the holiday, maybe people didn't have devices.
Right.
But the way our days work, they have time because not all of our kids have good internet because of the terrain around here.
Yeah.
Even though we're in a suburb, like we're beyond the suburbs of Pittsburgh, we're not that far outside of Pittsburgh, but because of the terrain, there's a lot of spots where you don't have good cell service or good internet.
Yeah.
So the kids have 3 or 4 days to complete the work.
Sure.
So, from that standpoint, we assign something today. They don't have to turn it in today.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. I got a lot of stuff done. I just, told the kids, I posted up on the classroom, like, I'm going to be offline today. We're off today. Go enjoy the weather. And, like we're done.
Jamie says their makeup days in February. So I don't think we had a follow-up email, but even if it comes, I'm just going, we have hours. Tack it on.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to have kids in school that day because I teach high school, and those kids, like some of the kids will come every day. Other kids, they're like, no, I had plans. And you do not know what you're going to do in March back in December.
I've already got it scheduled out.
I was busy. I know.
That's how they roll. That's funny. But crazy. So Thanksgiving, all that, all good. Got through the turkey. You killed the bird. Now it's time to expect the big man to come down the fireplace. That's what I tell my students.
I worked off some of the stuffing. I'm a stuffing person. I cut the bird. We were over my sister-in-law's, and I cut the bird up, and I snacked on it then. That's about the extent of it. I'll have like a little piece to make everyone happy, but I'm more of a stuffing person. I'm not a turkey fan.
Okay.
But today did a lot of
All right. So obviously the Thanksgiving gremlins are out to get Mr. Dom Salvucci. He said he's not a turkey fan and they just dumped him. So he's gone. All right. So we're here all by ourselves talking about Thanksgiving. So we go to visit my in-laws. He's coming back on. So we go to our in-laws. My father-in-law is a pastor, so we're at his church, and so it's our family and 1 or 2 families that don't have people to go with. And but I'm not, I'll take turkey every so often. So your camera odd, it's on Instagram, but it's not on in the shot here. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
All right, now
that's
you're back. It's the turkey gremlins. You said you don't like turkey. They came out to get you.
I got the little plug-in with all the different goodies.
The dock, USB dock.
The dock has a short in it.
Yeah, well, that's what was happening to my camera. It's running through a dock, but well, the other technical glitches I was having. So I've been dealing with Xfinity for a month now. I jokingly said to the one tech from India, I said, I don't know what your payroll is, but if you look at all the chats and all the work I've done, I'm pretty sure I should be salaried for these times. The one girl's like, well, we've given you all the credits that we can give you for your bill. And I said, well, I hear what you're saying, but the fact is I haven't had working service consistently for 3 weeks. Like at 3 o'clock, it goes from 1,000 megs per second down to 10. And I'm like, I'm paying for a 1 gig service and you're giving me 10. So anyway, but turns out they had to dig up our old box that connects 5 houses. So the funny thing is we've been getting better service than 4 other houses. We've been taking all of their internet. So I'm like, and I laughed. I said, I just got along with the people in, overseas, all these advanced tech people. I have like the number to the high level advanced tech company. Like literally I would call and I'm dealing with this guy and he puts me on hold and he made the hold stuff up on its own. Like it's not corporate music. I'm like, I played it for my wife. She's like, that's kind of shady. I go, I know, but it's all Xfinity stuff. Like he's got access to everything. So I don't know, but he would be able to fix it. But so all of my issues were that all of the speed issues, everything, all the kicking, everything I've had going on these last couple of months with the pod, it's because they're trying to take this big old pipe and put it through this itty bitty pipe that was put in 1970 and they haven't updated the hardware out there. So we finally got that replaced and fixed, and they still can't get a bill right. They're like, yeah, you have 30 bill credits, then I get a bill and I get charged. They don't take off the 30, they add 15. And I'm like, you owe me 45. The downside is you gotta act like you're finagling with a used car dealer to deal with Xfinity. I'm like, I just keep telling them, I'm like, Glow Fiber's looking really good, guys. I don't know. So we'll see, but it's been crazy. So your tech issues, my cable issues, just all across the board. But Thanksgiving was nice.
Yeah, a couple of years ago we had issues with squirrels chewing on the lines.
Oh yeah.
And that the moisture got in the lines, and we had wonky internet for a bit.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
They went up, they checked everything, went up on the pole, and they're like, your line, the cables have been up on the pole, have been snacked on by critters, and they had to replace that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm cleaning up some comments here. All right. Yeah, I don't know. You must have pushed the button for extra credit, or is it all former students here?
Former students.
All right, former students finding you. They're finding you. Good stuff. All right, man. Well, listen,
Lindsay, great hearing from you guys.
There you go. Listen. So, are they Salvucci survivors?
Yes,
they have survived. They are productive citizens, even having the tutelage of Mr. Salvucci. So that's what I call Verno survivors when I see them out after they've graduated. So you've not stolen, you've utilized the donut trick. I encourage you to use I encourage you to use the Salvucci survivor line. I encourage it.
I will, but they're pre-donuts. They didn't
get that. No, I don't want to make them jealous.
Through the bad jokes and suffer through the bad jokes and the mistakes.
Listen, I'm pretty sure Lindsay thinks you can still change your grade. You can't convince me otherwise. Lindsay, you're good. You're safe. Those documents are sealed. You're fine. All right. All good. But listen, hey, man, I think so. Turkey Days happened. We've gotten through taking care of the bird. So that means I think we've clicked over the calendar. So I think we're now in 23 days till Christmas.
Yeah.
So that means we're in December. And yesterday was the 1st, today being the 2nd. So the 2nd is the first. Is it Tuesday. The first Tuesday?
It is the first Tuesday.
So being the first Tuesday, I think it's time for
the PAECT Pod.
All right, let's hit it. Welcome to the PAECT Pod, a show for educators by educators. PAECT is a 100% volunteer-run organization that spans the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and
beyond.
For the voice of EdTech, my name is Eric Verno, and it is an honor to be the president of PAECT. And with me, as always, is my co-host,
Dom Salvucci. I'm the vice president of PAECT.
All right, and tonight we are going to crank out a little bit. We're talking December. We're talking fun. We're talking all sorts of things. We're talking snow days. We're talking chilling with tech.
Yeah. Going back to Turkey Day.
Yeah, man.
When we were talking about this, it's some craziness. Because I've been playing around with the Sora app.
Yeah.
And I have my account. And lo and behold, I'm going to download this video. Or maybe I'll pull it up this way. But yeah,
yeah, you've been having some fun with Sora.
I was like just playing around with things. You get the white dog going, and things were good. And Sora's like, "Oh, we have a surprise for you." And I pulled it up, and lo and behold, and like I've never with Sora, I do not put, didn't put any personal information in outside of my login. And no pictures, no names. It put out a video, and let me find it. and it was me in
Yeah.
various outfits I've worn over time. It was hilarious. Like, it had my Halloween skeleton shirt with like one of my robe. So that was my Halloween outfit for the Cheese Wizard. Had a bunch of plates, which is a food I don't eat. Had my black cap and my KTI sunglasses, and it had my voice. And I'm like, it just grabbed various pictures off social media and created that video for me without my. I'm sure I gave it consent somehow because I never read the consents, but it just blew my mind that that is what was pushed out on its own without like, me creating it. So I posted it on TikTok because I have kids that follow me and stuff, and I don't know if people follow me on Sora. And everyone's like, you're using AI. I'm like, I did not make this. Like, this was just, this was just AI going rogue and making it itself for me. That was kind of scary.
Yeah, I honestly, so hopefully we're going to be able to have you show it, because when you shared it, I thought, that's pretty good. He's getting pretty good with that. That was an impressive video. But I remember when Sora, when I first heard about it, and Sora is OpenAI's video generator. All the different companies have been coming out with their own. And I remember messaging Sal and say, hey man, it's iPhone only. I'm an Android guy. You might want to get in there. You put in, you had to sit in line. And I remember when you first got in and then you were messing around with it and did some cool stuff.
Oh,
yep. It's there at this stage. I see it.
Oh, man, don't fall. Please don't fall. All right, here we go. Can somebody open up? I got the turkey and about 8 other things here. Please, it's sliding. The gravy boat's trying to make a run for it. Come on. Oh, thank goodness. Yes. You're a lifesaver.
And I'm not gonna lie. When I watched it, I was that guy that watched it without having the audio on. You're just watching TikToks when you're in a room with other people. That is so funny. That is hilarious.
I had it on my phone and I couldn't really zoom in.
I've got it. Oh man, don't fall. Please don't fall. All right, here we go. Can somebody open up? I got the turkey and about 8 other things here. Please, it's sliding. The gravy boat's trying to make a run for it. Come on. Oh, thank goodness. Yes. You're a lifesaver.
That's a darn good turkey.
My voice, it's close to my voice. It's, someone was like, hey, I don't like your sunglasses. Like, it was just grabbing stuff. But then I wore the KTI sunglasses. We did a Kahoot. So I have the Kahoot cape from ISTE, and I wore the KTI sunglasses, and I can't remember if I had the purple shirt on or not. So I did the purple for the Kahoot event in class. We were doing a review that day, and it was just like it just grabbed that, and made it on its own. I'm like, hey man, this is not me. It went and did it on its own. So, but I did share it out. I'm like, that was, no matter how cautious you are, clicking those links and downloading those apps, you are giving them consent.
Yeah.
So
yeah, got to be careful.
Yeah. And I don't, whenever, the various versions of AI and stuff, I don't use family names. I don't do stuff like that, but it just goes out and grabs because of, we had that discussion with, Dr. Camille Dempsey. You got to watch what you put in, but when you download and you use those, you're giving consent.
Yep. Yeah, you got it. And that we've gotten so just used to clicking. Okay. Give it to me for free. What is it really for free? No, they're utilizing some things. So yeah, that's interesting that it pulled in some different social media sources and stuff from you.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't. I didn't even prompt it. That was all on its own. That was like the Thanksgiving surprise.
Yeah.
Which totally boggles my mind because I could see if I went in and create this, create that, but that was their present to me.
Yeah. And then Sora came out on Android. And they must have done a lot of the testing, A/B testing with iPhone because there was no need to, get an invite in or whatever the case may be. So I was able to get right in, but I've only done a little bit with it. I've not really messed much with it. Honestly, I've been using more of the Canva, stuff and really Copilot has been where I've been going. So, with school, we have the Copilot accounts and I've been playing the or having it create wallpapers that go with things that we're talking about in class, changing it up for the seasons, whatever the case may be. So I've been enjoying using that. So just in Copilot, typing in create a desktop wallpaper background. They can't really put words on it, but the one I know I showed, let's see, do I have it on this device? Never remember. All right, so the one that I did, I'll pull this up real quick. Let's see. Let's share, not that one. Share screen. Now that we've got some wins under the belt, I'm not afraid to show this one. So I had to create Dolphins logo, and I had to do it's roughly like, normally I like using like Harrisburg, like the state capital, because it's very definitive, you can see. So I said the skyline of Harrisburg, and that's a rough, but like when Dom was showing Dom earlier, one of our pre-meetings, it's tough to see on there, but Highmark, for a Highmark building, says Highwark. There's always that one little thing that AI just messes up a little bit, but it got the Dolphins logo correct, and that's one Rise and Grind. It kind of gave me that. I don't know if that's something that they use. Maybe not. I feel like Rise and Grind, I've seen it 7 brews more than anything else. But so I put it there. That got a lot of moans from my students complaining about having the Dolphins logo up there. So, but I'm like, well, hey, they've won some games. I'm allowed to have that logo up there. So, and I've done shots of there was a collective shot of our principals. And so I went in and I gave it the picture and told it to turn it into a Pixar style, Simpson style. There used to be an app called Simpsonize Me, but Simpson style. And then I said, make it like anime. And it made them all like robots and stuff. Like my one principal liked it because he looked jacked after the robot took over. So I've been messing around a little bit with that, but that's with our Microsoft 365 account that we have at school. And I know Gemini's got some of their stuff. I forget what theirs is. It called Vio or Theo is their video generator, stuff like that. But yeah, so it's kind of, gets the kids, they never know what wallpaper background they're going to get. I've switched over to using Canva for like my slides when they come in the room. So able to pull some animations in there. So that's been fun. So
yeah, I've been like, I use Giphy every morning. I put up I don't know if it's I've lost track. I used to argue with the students if it's a GIF or a GIF. I think it's a GIF. And we used to argue over that. And I should go back to making my own, but it's just so much easier. Hi, Kayla, another former student, and also I was one of her daughter's Girl Scout leaders a couple of years ago, and I was still active in Girl Scouts.
Oh my word! Did you notice the Girl Scout boxes were a little light after they went through Salvucci's house? We're just gonna throw it out there. Heard rumors.
She would not know that because her daughter was selling her own boxes.
No, okay. You never know.
This was one of my doppelgays.
Yeah. That is
a little
hilarious.
Angry.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. Our senior class, the POD, we said if you're happy with the way things are going, it's principles of democracy. If you're upset, it's problems of democracy. And the kids came up with a shirt.
That is funny.
And you had the little skull and crossbones POD underneath of it.
POD Sal.
Back when I used to teach seniors, that's when a lot of these former students popping on at them when I taught freshmen and seniors, got them coming in and got them going out of high school. Now I'm sophomores.
That's good stuff. I like it. All right. Well, we're talking about chilling with tech. We're going to get into some things that help you get to the final season. But you know what we have? So we had our first sponsor commercial the other day, and seen here first, we have a little KTI commercial. Here we go. Let's roll it.
Nice.
What is 5 minutes worth? 5 minutes can change a student's confidence, open the door to a breakthrough, or inspire a future. 5 minutes can also be the difference between burnout and believing again. But what if we gave teachers 5 days that gave back years of joy, innovation, and impact? PAECT's week-long professional development experience, designed by teachers for teachers, sparks creativity, grows leadership, and brings cutting-edge learning back to your district.
I'm always looking to change things up and increase engagement with my students, and I found that here tenfold.
The amount of resources that I'm going home with is kind of inspiring. It makes you feel empowered.
Magnificent.
Supportive.
Inspiring.
Empowering.
Phenomenal.
Invest 5 minutes to nominate a teacher and watch the impact ripple far beyond one classroom. PAECT. Empower, innovate, inspire. Nominate your Keystone Technology Innovator today.
Very nice.
All right, there we go. Yeah, PACT sponsors KTI. Looking forward to the fact that nominations are open. Former stars, you can nominate somebody from your building. And so first time we're opening up for that. And then, coming up here next or in 2 months, I guess, when we have Pete and C coming up, right? KTI Day, a lot of different things going on, wear your purple on Tuesdays, and a lot of cool things happening. But yeah, so the first time we've had that commercial rolling, I thought a great commercial captures the essence of what that day's about. So good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yes.
Brennan's here. Hi, Brennan. I got to put this on a thank you, Kayla. You are way too kind.
I know. Your check's in the mail from him. I know how that rolls. I know how that rolls. Good stuff. I like it. Good stuff. All right, man. Well, listen here. I'm gonna switch up here. Let me talk about a little something that can be done during this time. Talk about chilling with tech. It's a little different, right? So, Mashup Math. If you've never heard of it, it's a pretty cool site. It's a teacher that runs it, so you could everybody always says pay your developers, take care of the coders. Some of these teachers have some stuff. So he started a little business here. So free puzzles for all grade levels. So he allows you to get some of these. So they have the grade level set. And basically it's kind of like, you're replacing the numbers with the characters. So for instance here, grade 6 or 8, like 48 is equal to gummy bear plus, I guess that's a blow pop plus a gummy bear. So then you're kind of working through, looking at all the different ones, and you're trying to like reverse engineer it. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. Well, here it says gummy bear equals that blow pop. So if they're the same number, what plus what is 48? So you've got to figure out where it is to kind of deduce. Now, one of the things that I love to do with this in my classroom is I'll put this up on the screen. Kids will come in, we'll do our little morning routine, and then I'll slap it up on the screen. And really the goal is to get them to have math conversations with each other. I'll give them a couple of minutes to kind of look at the problem, try to figure out themselves. Then we do stand up, hand up, pair up. They'll go give a high five, and then they'll talk about, Dom might say, oh yeah, I solved it. Here's how I got it. But he's not going to give me the exact answer. He's going to say, here's how I began. I saw that gummy bear equals lollipop. It's all about, leading the horse there, not giving it all away, but having that conversation to get them started, check. And then, that makes sense. I got it. Write it down. Then you put your hand up. And then by the end, everybody's got it. And then you could talk about the strategies, because not everybody uses the same strategy, right? They might have went with the gummy bear and the fact that there's a ring pop. Well, gummy bear plus a ring pop, if it equals the ring pop, then the gummy bear probably might equal 0. So there's multiple lines that you can kind of hit. So this is one they do. Again, different grade levels set up, but really to me, it's not about the math. It's about the math talk. They've got, just different worksheets that they got, like kind of like Sudoku. I never say it right. Is it Sudoku? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
You probably do want to say it right till I said it wrong. But anyway, I'll take you down with me. So, but I always mess it up. But they have those versions, different color pieces. They've got, what's cool is they will be coming out with, you can sign up for their email, and they'll send you a couple things free. They will do a countdown to Christmas one. So it's kind of like every day throughout December, kind of pulling some different stuff. But again, they've got a great weekly email newsletter. Here's my tip. You sign up for it, create, if you're whatever mail client you're using, create a folder, just stuck them in there, because you're going to get it, once a week, go in and check it, kind of scan through, right? Then there's like coloring versions where it has it, but then to color it. And gosh, I don't know how it is. I'm assuming high schoolers are the same. Sometimes when I break out a coloring activity in class, kids go nuts over it. They love just taking some time, get some markers, get some crayons to color. I do joke that we've failed a lot of students because, man, give them a pair of scissors and say, cut a straight line. Holy moly, they cannot do it. Oh, they just because we taught them not to play with scissors. Don't run with scissors. Don't play with scissors. They can't cut to save their lives unless there's an app for it. Then they're really good at it. So, so mashup math. That's just one of the things that I use this time of year to kind of like, again, increase that conversation, increase the talk. It's the reverse engineering. It's working through a lot of those things. Brendan says everybody loves the color. Help. Don't give me lines, man. I'm an outside the line kind of guy. Don't give me lines.
And I always joke about, students will be doing when they get done with work in my class, they'll be working on stuff. And I'm like, so you're practicing the dark arts, I see. And they'll have, no, this is chemistry. I'm like, well, okay, it's not that dark, but still, but that, from like a social studies standpoint, not really getting into the code, but you're getting into the thinking and the code breaking type setup.
Yeah.
With the puzzles. It's great thinking. That's something that is cross curricular. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
My kids, like, they'll work with the Sudoku or I was trying to say it the other day because one of my students is like, how do you say this again? And I just totally boogered it up. But those different ones that they'll play with, they have it looks almost like a bingo card, and they have so many terms, and you have to guess what words go together, and then it puts it into it gives you like 4 categories, and you have to figure it out. And they'll play those kind of games and stuff. And I like crossword puzzles. I find a free crossword puzzle app I'll play. It's good to keep your mind going, and then working with the paper and whatnot. I like this. The kids do like, getting off the computers on occasion.
Yeah.
I try and do both with both the math and not the math, but the paper and pencil, and then the computer stuff. And it's just easier. Like whenever I do the reviews, I tell the kids it's easier for me to give you a digital review because you get feedback immediately. If I give you a paper review, if you're not here when we go over it or you're not paying attention, you don't know whether your questions are right or wrong. You don't know if you're studying the right information. But I do like, having the mix up of content.
Yeah. All right. You got something, or you want me to hit them with another one?
You hit them with another one.
All right, here we go. So, did you know December 8th through 14th is the Hour of Code? So it's kind of like that International Science Education Week, right? So in that ballpark. So what's really cool this year is if you go to the code.org website and they're saying, oh, it's here, the newest Hour of Code AI activity. We've talked about this before because there was a partnership. There still is a AI Hour of Code piece, and Minecraft is incorporated, but so the newest Hour of AI bring AI and creativity and students together with mix and move with AI. So you can kind of scroll through. There's an activity catalog leading an hour of code. It's really, they have they have it very well mapped out for you. So don't be nervous. Don't be concerned. It's going to work out, but they've got a music lab jam session. They've got the Minecraft tutorials, and then this new one, Mix and Move. So we'll click try the activity just to get in there. And they start out with a little video to kind of show you what you need to do. I don't think the audio is going to play here, but all right, but they got the video that'll kind of crank out and get the kids started. It's going to walk you through, and then there's different steps that they walk through. And the kids literally, it's step by step. It's going to walk them through where the blocks go, things like that. So it's a great, if you're doing rotational, model, anything for your classrooms, set one of these rotations up for, the Hour of Code. You can go in, you can sign in as a teacher. You can pull in whatever, most of the LMSs, it'll populate with it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you'll get a code. The kids can kind of go to your class. They can kind of work through the module. And then when they finish, they could give something at the end, whether it's a completion grade for them working on it through the rotations, whether it's whatever award system you use in your classroom. But I always find it's very high interest. And what I do appreciate, being a girl dad, the fact that the girls really get into it, they get competitive, trying to beat the guys as far as getting more code done during the day or during the week. So I always appreciate that. And you know where I'm coming from there, Dom. But but it's always cool to see that in the classroom. So if you're looking for an activity, right? Because there's the element of 1, what's good for kids, 2, what's easy for me to incorporate, right? This is one that you can, again, you pull it in, you set your account up, and you can kind of work with whatever. And then after they get done with what you want to do, they're going to want to venture off and do some other stuff. So, but definitely code.org, lead an hour of AI activity. So I definitely would encourage you to pull that in. And again, talking about cross-curricular ways to be able to utilize it. There's a lot of things you could talk about there.
Yeah, because actually I want to do Hour of Code next week with my coding club after school. And, you know, it's funny because a lot of some of my students are advanced. Some of my students are learning code. They're not very good at it at all. Years ago when I did Hour of Code, I brought the Ozobots in. And it was funny. Like, you know, high school kids, you wouldn't think they're coloring with markers. And, you know, they're like, can we see if we can make these jump? And can we do this? And I'm like, just don't break them. I paid with them. They're like, they're mine. I paid with them out of my pocket. Don't break them. And they had a ball, you know, and I have the Sphero. And when I did that with Girl Scouts, you know, we ended up, I bought a couple reams of paper. We had a floor, like a 10 by 12 floor, and they were just going nuts, racing them around the floor. Like, can we make more of a track? And because it was before you could program them, they were just color coded, and they were having a ball with that. And kids like doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw the AI component. So I was going to get into that. We're getting into Keystone. So this week, you know, being off today, today was just going to be a review because then we were going to have 2 Keystones, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is our winter semi. So most of the kids are leaving after 4th period. So that day I wasn't really going to get anything. And when we're doing like the winter Keystones, the kids are fried, you know. So it's just like I'm proctoring 2 of the 3 tests. Kids are fried, so it's not a good time to introduce new information for them. So I'll pull out like the Blookits, the Kahoots. I'll go into, you know, different programs and pull up like some not word searches, but crossword puzzles for the kids, make stuff, and I'll have them do some activities and just get them active, get their brains going, let them relax a bit, give them something creative to do. Even just, you know, 5-minute creative writing, you know, tell me 5-10 minutes, write. Tell me about this topic. If you don't remember what this topic's about, so just tell me a story. Just put, this is all I know about the topic, and then give me a story. And it's just participation points and get the kids just doing something. Tell them no phones, you know, and not even necessary if we're doing like the Blookits and stuff, you need computers. He said, I like the Quizlet Live because they have to interact with each other. Although I do have students that try and use the telepathy across the room. Like, I'm good over here by myself, Mr. Sal. You know, and we could communicate, and they're sitting there like, you realize, like, you know, you're with 3 other people. One of you has the right answer. You're all seeing the question. Like, you need to communicate. Like, we are. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I'll do stuff like that. Just activities to get them up and moving. And like I said, with the Keystones, it's more of a, you know, they're burned out because I won't see the kids. Some of the kids I won't see for all 3 days of testing. Then if they miss, they have to make up testing. So I'll proctor 2 out of the 3, and then I might not see them for a week. And I don't want to get too far afield because I'll lose them, and it's hard to get them caught up.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Well, any other chilling with tech ideas before we roll into some PACT info?
No, but I wanted to say hi to Levi. He's a sports guide. I don't know if he actually catches all the fish that he has. I always give him a hard time. I'm like, how much did you pay? Kind of like my good friend JG. He had a picture with a deer. I'm like, so how much you pay your nephew to pose with the deer? Levi's always fishing. He's a
Sora
fishing guide, and he's always posting some nice fish. He goes out and he knows where to go.
It's good to know those people for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, hey, speaking of, I did a little drop about Pete and C coming up in a little bit. There's a really cool thing called the PA Invention Convention. Let's talk about it here. Here we go.
Yes.
Do you have an interest in exploring the design process with your students? PAECT Advocacy is hoping you join us by creating a student team to explore the Henry Ford Invention Framework and participating in the PA Invention Convention. The PA Invention Convention uses the framework as a tool to uncover the design process, walk through the steps of identifying a problem, understanding needs, ideating, designing a prototype, building, testing, and communicating results with your students. The framework can be utilized for any classroom or as a framework for the competition. If you're interested in creating a student competition team, visit the PA Invention Convention website at PennsylvaniaInventionConvention.com and register by October 31st. Then compete in one of the regional or virtual events. Selected finalists will proceed to states and P&C in February with the opportunity to share the project with industry leaders and state legislators. If you plan to attend the conference, stop by on Wednesday to check out the finalist presentations. Together, let's celebrate STEM education in Pennsylvania.
All right, good stuff. So a lot of those groups are already rolling, and just to let you know that that's happening, and make sure that Wednesday at P&C you're able to catch it. Looks like you got an invite to go fishing.
I know.
Oh, he's gonna take care of you.
Definitely, I will get in touch. It's been a little. I was outside today. I was a little cold. Probably be a warm weather fishing. I'll reach out to you.
No, man, no, you got to go in the cold. My dad used to go up to Oswego, New York, and I went up once with him. And I think I don't know. I was in my prime, college football days, and it's like 4:00 in the morning. We're at this like abandoned 7-Eleven, like putting on our waders and everything. We get in the water. There's like 100 people down the line on the Oswego River, and I wasn't landing anything. My dad caught into one. He goes, "All right, take the pole." That thing drug me darn near 100 yards downstream. You just heard. Fish on. Guys are pulling their the fly gear, their gear out of the water, and that thing just went. I have a picture holding the thing, like it went from like my armpit down, and the thing was like turning black. So like it was in that process of dying. Did it steal? And that thing drugged me. I call it Hercules. And I'm like, even in death, this thing was stronger than me. Like it almost took me under. It was crazy. So definitely props to whatever fishing that's going on with Levi there. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's looking for the walleye. Yep, I go. All right. Yeah. we've never been up there in the summertime or whatever for walleye. Like I said, we went up there. We were just did a lot of salmon fishing. So a lot of the Verno clan is up in that area in New York. So very cool.
Yes. Opening day trout used to be a big thing. We used to get 10, 15 people. We'd hit a couple creeks around here, and campfires. Sometimes you're in shorts. It's opening day trout. You never know what the weather was going to bring. Sometimes it was almost like deer season with snow and such.
That's awesome. All right. Well, listen, we're going to do a couple PAECT updates as we round around the corner, go around the corner here to the end of the podcast. Let's go ahead and do some updates. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. All right. So listen, with the concept of weather around the Commonwealth, different things going on, our December calendar tends to be a little bit light as far as events going on. We got December 9th to meet up the IU13. Permane Brothers, I believe they have there's a elementary tech conference that's happening at IU13. So then in the evening, there's going to be a PAECT meetup. You don't have to be going to that conference to go to the meetup at Permane Brothers. So if you're interested, go on to the PAECT calendar and sign in, or reach out to the South Central region. And then December 17th, this is a amazing one of I think the founding Tech the Halls regional director is, I think, watching on Instagram. But Brandon Lutz, I believe, way back in the day, Southeast kind of they claim, I believe they were the first ones to start it. I think Dom and I were just regional directors as well, or just coming on board. So Tech the Halls virtual trivia that's open to all members. It'll be on Zoom. Northeast is hosting it. They got all the questions and everything. It's just a time to gather, get together, do some trivia, just through Zoom and just connect. So that's going to be December 17th at 7 p.m. So again, head to the PACT.org/calendar, and then go ahead and click and you sign up. And make sure to wear your festive gear for Tech the Halls. It's always a great time. Yes, sir. So listen, we're hitting that time.
We're hitting that time. I know there's some other things going on. I know Southwest is looking to do some things coming up in January for over the winter and such. So check your emails. Check the PACT sends out the weekly email. We have the newsletter comes out weekly. Check your email for that. And if you're not getting that, check your spam folders. If it's still not coming through, reach out to your regional directors, reach out to Eric or myself. We'll get you, make sure you're on that mailing list. I think we have that all ironed out. So the things that have been getting hung up have usually been spam filter issues.
Yeah. Should be good.
Anything, all events, be they virtual or live, are open to all PACT members. Depending on whether you're a free member or premium member, there may be some cost involved or varying costs. Some are free, some are, a slight fee. So, check that out. But they're open for all members, regardless of what region you are in. I stumble over my words.
Okay, all good. So a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of things occurring. It's been a busy time, but a great time. Always a great time to be in education technology in Pennsylvania. So, all right, man. Well, I think that's going to be close to wrapping it up here. I tell you, the Sal Love is just kicking the night. Good stuff. Kicking the night. He's going to be sending lot of mail.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, as we're getting ready to round it out, as always, remember,
where are we at?
the ACT.
We are.
The voice of EdTech in Pennsylvania
and beyond.
All right. Let's thank our sponsors and thank you all for showing up tonight.
PAECT and the PAECT Pod would like to thank all of our sponsors. Our Tier 3 sponsors, EduSpire, Tech the Next Step. Our Tier 2 sponsors, ClassLink, more time learning, less time logging in. Teachers First.
SAM Labs, engaging and effective K-8 STEM and STEAM educational solutions. Lego Education. Toddle, teacher built, AI first, more than an LMS.
Once again, PAECT and the PAECT Pod would like to thank all of our sponsors for the support that allow us to do what we do. Thank you.